Hey friends, we got so we went shopping today a little bit. We went to the antique mall and also to Walmart. So we'll show you first what we got at the antique mall. I never seen these before. We got the Pokemon collectible coins. It's pretty heavy and it's in a nice little case. But yeah, we have here Pikachu, and then on the back there's Blastoise and Charizard and Celebi. And on the left, I think is... Oh man, I can't remember what his name is. But yeah, I'd never seen one of these before. So, I guess the seller of these had stuff in two different booths, because either that or it's also possible, which that I wish people wouldn't do, but I get it. Because I don't think that maybe they know that each seller in that store is like a different store basically. But we found another one in another area, but the tags and stuff on it were the same, so it probably was from the same person. And then we also found this one. We didn't get it because it felt weird. There was a Squirtle plush toy, and it had the real Pokemon tags on it and all that, but the stuffing felt weird. It felt like foam, or he felt like really firm and not like a squishy stuffed animal. And then we also found some more Pokemon plush from the Pokemon Center. They were kind of pricey. The items in that booth they were having a sale, but they were still kind of high. There was several Pikachu, and there was a Sylveon plushie, and they had a whole bunch of Eevees. And then also, so we got these from... So there was a booth that had... This is pre-packaged because, like, you see the plastic. They opened and got whatever they wanted out of whatever they bought. But this was only $6, and so this card alone is worth a lot more than that. So of course we bought it. And then you can see here, that's quite a lot of cards for $6. So we didn't really look through here yet. And yeah, they are still playable cards. There's Haunter, Metagross, Zeraora, Seadra. This one is F, so this one's not going to be... I'll just separate them here. So this one's not going to be playable anymore, but this is H. We're back to playable cards again. Iron Valiant. E. This is not playable anymore either. Yeah. Oh, single strike. That's really old. Carvana. Bergmite. Nickit. Yeah, like all of these yellow border cards, most of them are not playable anymore. Bidoof. Poniard. Potion. Galarian, Mr. Mime. Gloom. Great Ball. So some of these, though, have been, like, Great Ball might have been reprinted. So if you didn't know, if there is a card from an older set that comes out in a new set, and this part, like the verbiage on the card, if it's the same as if the old card in this area is the same as the new card, you can still use it. So that's good. That wouldn't be for like Pokemon or whatever, but it would be for items and trainers, things like that. Lost Vacuum. This one people were using a lot when it was able to be played. But then also we saw They had quite a lot left. There was another booth that had some packs of cards that were probably about only this many, and they had the code card for the online game like so the back of it was like this, so you couldn't see what was in there, and then they had the code card face down on the back so you could see the back of the code card only. So that's even older. So they had a whole bunch of those as well. We didn't get any of those. I think those were like $4, but hopefully hopefully those had some hollows in there, and also hopefully they didn't have just energy, because that happened to us once. And I'm upset about it, but also I'm glad that it didn't happen to us and not to a child. I guess this was like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago now, at Movie Trading Company. They had Fusion Strike. That's really old. They had a pack that it had, so it was like this much, right? And it just had the top card showing you what it was, and of course the back is like this. It was all energy, and I'm pretty sure also like it wasn't even different kinds of energy either. Like it was a whole stack of just steel energy, and it wasn't marked that way. Like it made it seem like it was a stack like this of like mystery cards, which it wasn't. I really want, like, we didn't do anything about it, but I mean, obviously we haven't bought anything or been there since, I don't think, but yeah, I was pretty upset about it. I kind of wanted to go back and say something, either say something to them about it, or I know they probably wouldn't give a refund for that, but that's pretty crappy of them to do that, because energy is so inexpensive. Like there have been places that we've shopped that are like using energy for price tags. That's how inexpensive it is. Galarian chest plate. Caitlin. Yeah, these all seem to be from, I guess, around the same time. Snom. Yeah, we also did not find any of the set that just came out yesterday. We went also to Walmart today, which is where we found the other items that we're going to open, which I hadn't seen these before. And I'll tell you about where we found those in a moment. But we went to a card and game shop that we had been to. Last time we went there was like, it was a while ago, because it was before we moved here. So from our old place, it took us a while to get to it. It's a lot closer now. But they've expanded since we went there the first time. They doubled the area of the store. So whenever they first opened, they had only a couple of tables in the center of the store on the side that has all of the cards and video games and game systems. I have not seen this card before. Oh, this is for Pokemon B. Yeah, that's as old. But on the left, or on the right hand side of the store when you go in now, the other half now is an area for them to have league and stuff. And so I had not seen this so I had seen this program for Magic, but they also will have every Saturday, you can go up there between 12 and 4 p.m. And if you are new to playing Pokemon, they will give you a starter deck and teach you how to play. I did not know that existed for Pokemon. I'm glad it does, because what's happened a lot of times with us... Oh, this is from that's so cute. It's from the Crocheted collection. What's happened a lot of times with us at our league that we go to is that a lot of people will start playing the actual card game from downloading the Pokemon Pocket app, because that has, so it, that app does have a lot of the collecting part of Pokemon in it, because you can open virtual packs a couple of times a day, and you can also play the card game in that app as well. However, it's a lot different because it's a smaller deck and the cards are different. So a lot of what was happening is a lot of people were coming to regular league and not knowing how to play. So that's something that's good if you are wanting to get into playing Pokemon, because there's it's different than a lot of games that you've probably played before, and there are a lot of rules, especially if you're going to play competitively. But anyway, these are all not playable cards, and these are the only 5 playable cards that we got out of that whole stack. But anyway, it's fun sometimes to open like mystery stuff, and then this card, that's why we bought it. And then this happened to us another time as well. It might have been the same, because the antique mall has a sidewalk sale twice a year. Not the last time that we went, but the time before that, we bought another pack of this, like the same thing. They put the good, at least they do that too, right? They put the good card on the top, and then the rest of the pack is like mystery. I don't even remember what Pokemon it was, but it was a very sought after Pokemon and one that we needed to make our decks with. So this is the second pack like this that we bought. And also, so at the card shop that we went to today, they have the the Pokemon starter deck giveaway every Saturday afternoon. They have their Pokemon League is on Tuesdays, and they have One Piece on Sundays. We had to stop going to One Piece because of my work schedule. I used to be off on Fridays, so we would go to play One Piece on Fridays. Now I don't get off work early enough anymore. And then that was a different card shop that we were going to play One Piece, because the card shop that we go to play Pokemon at, they have One Piece on Thursdays, but hardly anybody was going, and I don't know that they have it anymore. Also at our card shop on Mondays, they have Lorcana, so we could go to that because I don't work on Mondays. But again, like, we tried to go to that one time, and we were the only people there playing Lorcana, because they have Magic on Mondays as well. So everybody else that was there on Monday was playing Magic. I'm trying to think of what else the card shop that we went to today has. I don't remember. But anyway, our friend, we didn't buy anything from that card shop today. Our friends did. They had purchased some Gundam cards. We did find some Gundam cards at Walmart too, but we didn't get them because we're not really into that. And then they had also purchased some, they did find some One Piece cards, but they are the Chinese ones. And I don't think they had any English One Piece cards today. And they did not have any English Pokemon cards either. They had the Japanese ones. But yeah, they got some of the set that came out yesterday. They got some yesterday or prior to that, but they sold them all like immediately, is what they said, because there were people calling the store today about them. Anyway, so in Walmart, most Walmarts are this way, but some of them are slightly different. So if it is a bigger Walmart and you are looking for Pokemon cards, you may wish to look at the front of the store. There's an aisle by the registers that has, like, as seen on TV stuff on the other end of it, and sports and other cards in the middle, and then the Pokemon will be on the end that's nearest to the center of the store. They also, so you can always look there, but sometimes, and this is where we found these, sometimes there will be some additional Pokemon cards back with the toys. The newer cards are going to be at the front of the store because that's where MJ Holdings will stock them. The ones at the back are usually older. So today they had these, and they also had it was a starter deck pack. But these have, there was, I don't know how many of these were left. We did leave some there. We didn't buy them all. But each pack of these has a foil card with Kyogre, a sticker sheet, and 2 Pokemon packs. So each of these were $12. And then in Target, the Pokemon cards can possibly be in 3 different places. Sometimes they will have them behind the customer service counter, so you have to speak with them to purchase up there. You can purchase them there as well. They have a register there. Same deal. There is a small area of cards at the front of the store by the registers. Those we haven't really, so at our Target that we go to most often, we have not found any Pokemon cards there. However, I think that the one by where my mom and dad live have had some single packs up there. At the front, though, is where we have found the basketball cards. So that's where some of the sports cards are. In Target, in Target, there used to be 4 areas. Now there are only 3 because I guess now that they move stuff around a lot. I'm sure you've noticed that. There was like half an aisle of cards that were back on the edge of the books when they got a bunch of Stranger Things stuff, though. They took them out and put Stranger Things stuff there. Also, they probably took that aisle out, or half that aisle out, because it was very large and they didn't have enough stock to fill it. So now the last spot that you can find Pokemon cards in Target is in the toy section. So the aisle that was where it used to be that they put now the Stranger Things stuff, that is on across from the toy section, in between the sporting goods and the books and records. And then the aisle that is in the toy section is next to the Legos. But anyway, let's go ahead and open both of these. Also, I don't know, I guess we're going to find out when we open them. I do not know what series these packs are going to be from, but we're about to find out. Also, particularly very excited about the stickers. I love stickers. It's very like kid-like of me, but I like stickers. I don't think we've opened these before either. Sorry, Kyogre, I ripped you open. So there's our Kyogre holo. And these are, okay, so these are playable. And here's our stickers. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a sticker of the actual Pokemon card. But then we have 2 more Kyogre stickers. So these did, wow, that's interesting. So these are new. At least the sticker sheet's new. These came out this year because we got the 2026 date on there. So in here we got 1 pack of Surging Sparks and 1 pack of Twilight Masquerade. Let's open Surging Sparks first. I feel like, I don't remember. I feel like whenever this came out that we got a lot of it. I really don't remember. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Because this set came out last summer. Magnemite, Pansear, Oranguru, Vulpix, Coridon, Dragon Elixir. I have not seen that. Yeah, that's interesting. I have not seen this card before, and it probably would be good in my Dragapult deck. I haven't seen anybody play this card, and everybody's playing Dragapult. I don't understand. Anyway, Woldingo, Tauros, Ho-Oh, Zarude, Psychic Energy. There's Twilight Masquerade. I feel like we opened a lot of these too. I really feel like Pokemon cards have only been starting to become difficult to find in like the last year, because I wish, and also, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. We should have been doing it the entire time, and maybe we will like do is this not fun to just show people what you have when you've already opened it? But like, we opened so many packs because we didn't have a problem finding them before. We should have filmed all of it. But anyway, we can't take it back, right? Ninetales, Trevenant, Emolga. I love Emolga so much. She's so cute. Frogadier, Handheld Fan, Diplin, Lana's Aid, Jamming Tower. This is a good one. I've used this in my deck. Palisand, Walking Wake, Dark Energy. So, sadly, I mean, we still have one to open. Sadly, we haven't gotten anything yet, though. But we still have one more to open. And here, I got another one. And here again, here's our stickers. And same. So let's open our Surging Sparks. Rufflet. Trapinch. Rellor. Celio. He's so funny. Sacrilege. Chill Teaser Toy. My cat loves this toy. That's funny. Fluttermane. Scatterbug. Nope. Charcadet and Gastrodon and Dark Energy again. Alright, we have one left. Baby, Timber, Aeron, Spinnerack, Palafin. This is a good card. I wanted to make a deck using Palafin, and I did, I think, play on the online game with the Palafin deck. I never could figure out how to get this ability to work, which is saying something, because in the online game, that's another thing, is that people were coming to regular league having only played in the online game. The online game does so much for you. Like, it will not let you play cards that you cannot play. But yeah, I never got that ability to work because I never could play. I couldn't get set up, or like couldn't play my cards right. So let's just read it. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the active spot to the bench, you can search for a Palafin EX and switch it with this Pokemon. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, and other effects remain on the new Pokemon. If you switched in this way, put this card into your deck and shuffle it. So that would be like when you're gonna retreat them, but then I don't know who would be. I'm gonna read it again silently because I still can't figure it out. I can't tell if this is, so this card is gonna go in your deck, and then I guess Palafini X is going to be the active after. Yeah, I don't know. I never got it to work. Chiyu, Lucky Helmet, Chimchar. Finally, we got something. The full art Cramorant and the regular Tilmask in basic Leaf Energy. I don't think I've seen this card before. That's interesting. The back of the background looks blurry. That's funny. Okay, so anyway, here's our polls today. This is the only mystery one that we got because this one we knew we were getting, and then we knew we were getting these two. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you enjoy this type of content, hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you have your notification bell turned on. Also, if you enjoyed it, please leave me a comment and share this video with your friends. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.